Philippe, how pleasing is it to be through to your first cup final?
First, it's not my cup final, it's the club's cup final and from the players. So that's an important thing. So it's not a individual satisfaction, it's a collective satisfaction. No, I'm really happy with that because it's also well deserved and the players are working hard. I'm really happy. From the first second that I stepped into this club, I feel this group of players, but also the staff around, everybody in the club, doing their maximum to go in my way, to follow the story. And they're all working hard, so if you work hard, you need to get also some satisfaction after, and an evening like this is very important in that way.
You obviously got most of your success straight after half-time. What was the message at the break?
That we had to continue because the first half we had already good chances. And of course, there was a good goalkeeper on the other side, and the first half teams are also more fresh. But if we keep on pushing, playing our football, keeping a high tempo and creating chances, then there will be more openings in the second half, what was the case.
I'm sure you knew all about James Tavernier's goal-scoring exploits before you came, but now that you're here, how good is it to have someone like him on your team?
Yeah, very good. Not only about goal scoring, because first place is a defender, so that's his first job. But I like a collective way of attacking with a lot of people, and he's important in that way. From the right side, he's a leader by example also in the dressing room. But it's difficult for me to pick out now today one player. I did it with him also with the change at the end. But the very positive thing that for me is that this dressing room have several leaders. And we have several leaders who stepped up from the first day, who are doing the good things, who are really focused to help the young lads to understand the story as fast as possible. And it's an important thing as a manager to have several players in your dressing room that you have like your right hand. So Tav is one of those.
The change you made at half-time, Todd Cantwell coming off for Scott Wright, was that to help the tempo at the start of the second half?
Well, it had several reasons. It was also because of the yellow card. I didn't want to take risk with that because I knew they would try to irritate Todd more. Also Scott with his specific qualities, but both of them can play that role. And also young Ross can play that role in a good way. So it's important as a team to have several players who can play several positions, and if you can bring in fresh ones in the second half when another team gets tired, it's an advantage. Okay, now it was in that way easier for Scott. In other games it was for Todd who came in. So no special things there.
Philippe, congratulations on the result, reaching the final for the club. The fans have been very impressed by your start as Rangers manager. Every game seemed to be getting better. Little things like tempo and the press, like she said, is getting better, and the fans are excited by what they're seeing. How would you judge the start to your managerial career here at Rangers, and are you seeing those happy moments at games each time?
I will never judge myself to the outside. I do it every day with myself, and it's critical because every day I will make mistakes in this job, and I know. But I know the story we want to build, that it's a good story. I see everybody stepping into that story also, giving the full concentration to do it, and then you get fine football at the end with results. So we need to continue like that and not going now in a modus of satisfaction. That's the big danger now. So the players can be satisfied this evening and happy and enjoy their time with the family. But from tomorrow, I expect everybody to be focused again towards Prague, because that's football. Okay, we are in a final, but if you are in a final or semi-final or quarter-final, doesn't make a difference. At the end, it's about winning something. We're not there yet. And on Thursday, we have a really, really big game. We still miss a couple of players. We also miss some players that I cannot select on Thursday because they are not on the European list, that I didn't make in the beginning of the season. So it's again a puzzle, and I expect everybody to be top because it's going to be a really hard game against Prague. And we need to continue doing what we're doing with the ball and without the ball, all the small details. And I'm most satisfied about that the concentration and the focus of the players these last couple of weeks, every game, towards every detail we talked about, me and the analyst, because it's a very important thing in our football.
Philippe, are you surprised at how quickly things have, or how well things have gone so quickly?
Surprised. I didn't have expectations about that. So then you cannot be surprised, because you need to get to know the players, you need to get to know the staff, you need to get to know everybody. I'm still working on that, because I don't know all the players in every reaction they can have. I only see the players now when they had success. You need also players who are good when you have a disappointment, how to react. It's also a very important thing in football. So I'm still in observation period in that way. But yeah, I think we see already after 2 weeks good football, a lot of chances, a team who's dominant, the things I want to see and where we work on every day really hard. It was, of course, not in many training sessions, it was more with video sessions the last couple of weeks, because it's been short time between the games. But okay, that's not the first time we had to do that.
Last one, Tom.
Philippe, Danilo had a couple of reasonable chances in the first half, didn't take them, but stuck at it and was very influential in obviously your first 2 goals. Can you have a word on what you think of him and how he's progressing?
Yes, okay, we'll do that, but I want to speak about everybody. That's a little bit my difficulty, to point out some players, because they're all important for me. But if you ask something about Danilo, he's one of the guys who's focused in the details to do every time what we want him to do, in every situation, to be in that position. And because of that, he's well connected with all the players around him. And he's showing positive things. He comes out of an injury, so he's not top fit, or not at his fittest for the moment, but with playing these games and getting these trainings under his belt, and also next week when we can have an international week that we can go hard with some guys, he will grow more. But there are other guys also who will push. It's not that Danilo is guaranteed to play every game.